Welcome back to Asinine Radio, a weekly podcast where we talk about music, and, well, that's pretty much it. So, let's go!
Hey,
Wait.
hey,
Wait.
hey,
Hey.
hey, hey.
Yes, we have brought the haze back to the podcast. This is Asinine Radio. This is the weekly music podcast where every week we get into a different band, different artist. We break down one of their records. We get into the music, lyrics, how it was made, and everything in between. My name is Tyler, and way out there, hundreds of miles away, is Jeff. While you're listening, go to Spotify, Apple Podcasts, give us 5 stars. If you're watching on the YouTubes, you smash that subscribe button, dude. That's what the kids say. So, yeah, this is we're actually in self-titled season at this point, and so the next 3 episodes are just self-titled albums from bands that we kind of like. So
One's a band that we like a lot.
Actually, the next no.
One is
it's
from a
4
band
weeks.
that
It's
we
4 weeks.
like a lot. One
It's
is from
4
a band
weeks.
that you like a lot that I think are garbage, and you like Audioslave. I don't. What's the other fourth one?
Remember, we're transitioning into new metal season.
Yeah, but is it? Okay.
I think you know who it is. We'll talk about it after the podcast. It doesn't matter.
I don't know.
This is a stupid intro.
It
So we're
doesn't
doing Audioslave. We're doing Audioslave today. We're doing their self-titled record from 2002, and this is a request from friend of the pod Isaac. He was the one who told us that we should do 311 a couple years ago or a year ago, whenever we did 311, and
we did.
and we did 311, and we did a lot of shit talking.
A lot of
And
shit talking.
and that's like one of his favorite bands. But he still enjoyed it, and he still listens to this day. And he requested that we do Audioslave because he really likes Audioslave. And I straight up told him, and I said, I know Jeff hates this band, so there's going to be a lot of shit talking. And I think
There's
this
going to be a lot of shit talking.
this record's fine, or it's good at times.
No, it's fine.
And he's like,
at best.
and he's like,
And
you know
you're lucky
what?
he gets
That's
that.
fine. He's like, it's fine. I get it. It makes sense. I get it. I'll still listen.
I mean,
Like,
Isaac,
okay,
thank
dude.
you for listening, but my guy, like, what are we doing here?
He's 0 for 2.
Does he
He's 0
need
for 2.
recommendations? Like, I can send him burn CDs. I can send him playlists. I can send him anything he wants to get out of this rut that he seems to be in. I'm sorry.
This 311 Audioslave rut.
Dude.
Yeah, and actually, he found us out. He found out this podcast through one of our old podcasts called Rage Against the Pod, where we would take an individual Rage Against the Machine song every week and just dissect the hell out of that song. And he actually found us through that because he's a big Rage fan, and then he eventually connected us.
So
Connected to us.
that's
through
why
Acid
he
Radio.
feels obligated to like Audioslave. That makes sense.
Yes,
that's fine.
Most likely.
It's a cute.
I think that's
pass.
why most people like Audioslave is because they either like Rage or Soundgarden.
Yeah, there's nothing much to like about this band. My God.
So we also have a rankings episode normally, but Audioslave just have 3 records, and we're not going to waste I don't want to say waste, but we're not going to do an episode doing 3 Audioslave records, or ranking them. So we're just going to run through them real quick. Do you want to go first, or do you want me to go first?
Well, usually we do the Tom DeLonge 6 Degrees,
Oh yeah,
even if it's easy, because it was
Yeah.
easy this week. Josh Reese played on Chris Cornell's last solo record that he had. So even if it's easy, remember we talked about like we should still
do it.
Because we can say, oh, it's easy, and people are like, well, how is it easy? I don't know. And if we don't say how it's easy, then our listeners don't learn, and some of our listeners need to fucking learn, like they need to learn.
Yeah,
I'm not going to mention any names, but God damn. But anyway, yeah.
Okay, that was your 6 Degrees with Tom DeLonge. There
Yeah.
you go.
Do we go through all 3 of mine, or do you? I mean, if we're not doing a proper rankings, I can just do however I want, right?
Yeah, whatever you want to do.
Here's how I want to do it. They have 3 records. My rankings from best to worst are just the order of operations. Audioslave, Out of Exile, Revelations. Like as they released them, they got worse and worse and worse. Which is like, who fucking cares? Because they were already worst, and then they just got worster. So I don't really give a shit. Revelations, dude, I did not like this record. I had no recollection of this, and I listened to it twice, and the second time was today, and I was like, I can't even get through this. I find myself, even at work, I find myself working, and I don't even like to work while I'm at work. I was like, I'd rather just do work and listen to this shit. So it was tough. Out of Exile was a little bit better than Revelations. just because my favorite Audioslave song, the one song that I think is a fucking just an absolute beyond banger, phenomenal song, doesn't remind me. Like I've always loved this song. I love it so much. There's a 7-inch of this where side A is the studio track and then side B is a live acoustic version. So that's on my want list now. Oh my God, that is such a good song. But after that, I don't care. What was the other one? Like
I don't.
Catchy chorus. I'll give it that. But that's a stupid song. That's a dumb song, dumb record. And then Audioslave is my best. Their best.
All right. Yeah, the worst record to me, Out of Exile, their second album, 05. This is to me. A lot of these are B-sides from the first record, and it doesn't seem like they ever really wanted to make a record together. It's like, yeah, we should do it, and then they get in the studio for like a week and then bust out like 20 songs and then break it down from there, and then that was pretty much it. Like they're just they were kind of a weird band. But yeah, Out of Exile, I thought this record was pretty boring. Whatever. Second favorite, I guess, if it is a favorite, Revelations, third record from 06, the last record. This one I felt tried to change it up a little bit, like genre-wise. There was a lot more funk to it. It was just a little bit more exciting than Out of Exile, but I'm just kind of splitting hairs here. I don't really care. I would never go back to it.
This is stupid. Who cares?
Yeah, and then obviously the album of the week, Audioslave, which we're going to get into, like I mentioned. But before we hop into that, let's get into our origin story with Audioslave, first impressions of this record, and then we'll get into everything else, like I said. So what do you got? Origin story, go.
This is one of the bands that, like, I don't want to say I got into, but I was, like everybody else, when it was announced that Rage is teaming with Soundgarden, and this is high school era. So in high school, I didn't listen to Soundgarden, but I did like Rage. And so I was like, fuck yeah. Like, more Rage is always good. Like, I don't care who the singer is. I've never heard of this guy, but I'm sure he's a good singer. And, like, it was cool. And some of the songs were leaked, and they were leaked under different names and different parts and, like, demo versions. And it was a big deal leading up to this. And dude, the moment I heard this, I was like, this is dumb. This is not good, man. Like, this is crazy. There's so much hype for this band. And it's just like the proof is here. Just because you have two super groups or you think you can piece together this Frankenstein copy of a potential best 6 team in Pokemon doesn't mean you're going to win anything. This is wild. This is wildly disappointing. It's not bad. There are no stinkers here. There are no bad songs. But my God, this is so just inconsequential to music.
Yes. Absolutely. Yeah, my origin story was much the same thing. Like, I loved Rage Against the Machine. Never got into Soundgarden in high school. I didn't get into Soundgarden until probably about 5-6 years ago when we started collecting vinyl.
Yeah,
and we did Bad Motorfinger on the podcast. But yeah, I never really cared for them or Temple of the Dog or really anything Chris Cornell.
Yeah, I never liked Temple of the Dog.
Temple of the Dog
or Temple of Dog?
I think it's of the. I don't know.
Who gives a fuck anyway? Yeah,
I don't like that record.
Either.
Yeah,
we've always hated Pearl
like
Jam too, though. I just don't. Like
yeah,
Pearl
I hate Pearl. I still don't like Pearl. Yeah, I really don't like Pearl Jam. But I mean, but you can't compare. To me, you can't compare Eddie Vedder to Chris Cornell. I think Chris Cornell is by far the better singer, like easily the better singer.
We could shit talk all these overhyped fucking bands if we want to. We used to hate. We used to talk a lot of shit on Tool, but now we're probably the biggest Tool fans that there is. We're true Tooligans, unlike some of our other poser listeners. But yeah, Pearl Jam is a band that I still go back to because 10 is so huge. And in front of the pod, Phil, bass player Phil, he loves 10. And sometimes we'll talk about it and he'll play a song. I'm like, dude, this is dumb. This is stupid. Like, why does he sing like that? Why does he talk? That's stupid.
But stupid. even like the musically, I think it's very uninteresting music.
It's boring. Like, nothing happens.
It's just boring music, yeah. But anyway, yeah. The Audioslave, origin story. It was because I was so excited about a new Rage Against the Machine band, and then I downloaded some of because the album leaked like months before it came out, but it was just like all the demos, and some of the demos don't even sound like what's on the record. And I remember hearing it and like, oh, this is it. Like, what? Like I was disappointed. And then Cochise came out. That got dropped on K-Rock, and I listened to the world premiere of that on K-Rock, And because I was like, everybody was into the radio. Like everybody fucking listened to the radio.
Yeah.
FM radio. And so I listened to it, and I loved Cochise. I fucking loved it. And then my dad ended up getting us tickets to go to the Almost Acoustic Christmas. And that was the very first Audioslave show ever. So I did actually see Audioslave at their first show at the Universal Amphitheater.
You stayed for the whole thing.
Well, they only played for like 25 minutes.
Oh, you got lucky then.
So that's when I saw who did I see at that night? I saw Disturbed. I saw Audioslave, The Used, Sum 41, Queens of the Stone Age, like 2 other bands. I forgot what the other ones were. But yeah, that was the Almost Acoustic Christmas.
That's awesome.
It was cool. It was really cool.
But then obviously,
but it was exciting, like this brand new band. And you get this like the new Rage, the new Rage
exciting.
band.
It's exciting.
It was exciting.
And as a kid, right, being there, it probably would be good. Like, oh, dude, this song's fucking rock. Like, no matter, even like your worst song right now, if you heard it live at that time, at that moment, it probably would have been a banger. Like, dude, that song was so fucking good because of where you are, what's going on, the hype to it.
Yeah,
like
exactly.
You're there in the beginning. So, like with these, retrospective ears and eyes, I'm gonna shit all over this record. But had I been there with you, I would probably have been. This is so fucking cool.
And that's another thing too. So going into the first impressions, I get why some people don't like this band. I think it's kind of mediocre music, but also there are some like standout parts and standout songs. But there's also a lot of nostalgia for me here. With me and then ex of the pod, Jessica, she just loved this album too. So I mean, I was hearing it a lot, and I have this record on CD. I actually remember I sent you the picture. I literally found my CD of this 2 days ago when I was cleaning out my garage. So it's kind of a weird coincidence. The CD was right on top of all of the other CDs I had stacked in this box. But weird coincidence. But anyway, that's my origin story and my kind of first impressions of this record. And clearly, you've kind of said your first impressions. You don't really like this record, and that's fine.
No,
and that's fine. Sorry, Isaac. So let's get into this. You said you had no stinkers, right?
I do. See, like I don't like we don't care. Like if somebody hates what we like I don't care. But I like enough things. I can just we can just circumnavigate that and like, what do you like? Yeah. Okay, I also like that. I can see where you're coming from with that. We have common middle ground. I don't care. I wonder if Isaac gets not butthurt, but like bummed that we hate his taste so aggressively, and not even like hate, right? Because hate is like
it's not hate. Yeah,
hate is what I reserve for I don't even know. Like even like Deftones, man. Like Deftones is borderline. I hate that music. But this is almost worse. This is just so.
Oh, this is for sure worse than Deftones.
Wow, dude, this is dumb, man. Like this is, whatever. This is adult contemporary music for the 2000s. In the same way that like the Carpenters and John Denver were that of the 70s, and then into like the 80s of fucking Toto, Fleetwood Mac, of just like just dumb adult contemporary music. This is what this is for 2000s. It's arena rock by like design, but it's not big like arena rock. It's just it's dumb, dude. It's dumb. I'm sorry.
Once again, I don't think it's overtly dumb, but it's certainly of its time. And we all know supergroups generally don't work. They don't work out that well. We've seen it time and time again. And everybody gets so hyped about a supergroup. Everybody gets so excited about one. And then once you hear it, and you're like, that's it. Like that's all you come up with. Like it's usually never good or never spectacular. I should say never spectacular. But once again, sorry to Isaac to bum you out, to shit on your music.
I'm sure he's not the only person that's going to be upset that we.
I'm sure. Yeah.
That we're shitting on.
I mean, this record sold over 3 million copies. This one alone, each record sold over 1 million copies, and this one sold at least 3 million just in the U.S. I mean, this band was massive. They were playing massive shows. I think they were the first rock band to play in Cuba. I think from thinking back to like the Rap Pod days when we were doing Rage Against the Pod, I think Audioslave was the first band to ever play in Cuba, or rock band to play in Cuba.
Yeah.
American rock band. But anyway. I don't have any stinkers on here either. There's some okay songs. I have 5 bangers. You said you had 3?
I have 2.
Oh, you have 2. Okay, well, I take it back. You have 2. I have 5. And I figure we're going to talk a lot about the bangers and the
those
singles.
5.
Yeah, yeah. Because I know your 2 bangers are going to be within my 2 bangers. They got to be.
You think so?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah. And this album's long. It's almost an hour
It's
long.
way too long.
Or I think it is over an hour. Wait, how long is this?
It's 14
No, it is.
tracks.
It's 1 hour and 5 minutes. It's 1 hour and 5 minutes.
It's 4. That's way too long for this shit. It is.
Yeah.
It just fucking is. And dude, Cornell's a fantastic like rock singer. He's amazing. He has a way of singing and belting things out that are just so powerful, but also crisp. I can understand every word that he's saying. It doesn't just like bleed, especially when he's using like consonants too. Like I understand what he's saying. If he's saying like consonant, it's not like consonant. Like no, every single consonant in that word.
He doesn't have a marble mouth.
Sounds crisp and it sounds great when he wants it to be. Sometimes he does want to just kind of like let the melody kind of flow through him, and then he kind of has a little marble mouthy there. But that's a thing that he can in his mind tell his mouth to do. That's something I will never be able to do. And like most singers, I feel like singing, you can train yourself or get training to be at least a decent, a good singer. But there are some that are fucking great, and Chris Cornell is a
Beyond
great
that.
singer.
Yeah.
He's a great rock singer. But my God,
I would say he's top 3 or top 5 greatest rock singers of all time.
are we doing like
I would
rock,
throw him
like
up there
also
with-
classic rock?
Yeah, I would throw him up there with Freddie Mercury. I would for sure. Come on, I'm not
that's
saying frontman.
easy,
I'm not
Tiger.
saying frontman. I'm
Easy,
not saying
Tiger.
frontman. I'm just saying vocally. I think Chris Cornell is. He was incredible. He truly was. I mean, I listened to Bad Motor Finger a few days ago, and I'm blown away every time I hear that record. I mean, his vocals on that are truly fucking insane.
Exactly.
Later Soundgarden sucks.
The stain on Cornell's like legacy is Audioslave.
Is Later Soundgarden. No, it's Later Soundgarden.
Yeah,
I mean,
no, it's Audioslave.
Later Soundgarden
He has
is
more
not very
depth and
good.
complexity on Later Soundgarden than he does here. He does one thing and he does it the entire record. There's a
Fair,
couple
okay.
songs here or there where he'll like have a little bit of dynamic and a little bit of like oomph in his voice and kind of quiet it down. But overall, dude, he fucking just rides that line throughout this entire record, and it makes it
Yeah.
boring. And by the time we get to like track, was it Light My Way was the one I was like, dude, what the fuck, man? How are we still going? So Light My Way, Getaway Car, and Last Remaining Light, cut them. Cut them. Gone.
Oh yeah, none of those made my banger list. None
It's
of them did.
unreal. Like this should have been
Yeah.
10 tracks done. But like, I mean, I don't know. I know Cornell is like untouchable because the circumstances that he's not around anymore, and he's become this otherworldly being that is kind of untouchable, and then tying in with like Chester Bennington. So it's I don't want to shit on somebody who's not here to defend themselves. You know what I mean? What the fuck do I even know anyway? I'm stupid and can't sing for shit. But my God, I just
But you try.
I do like singing. I know I'm not good at it. I like skateboarding. I'm not good at it. But it's just fuck, man. It's just boring. It's boring.
That's fine. Okay.
It's boring. It's
fine.
so
It's fine.
boring. It's so boring.
All right, so then let's get into some bangers. Then we'll get into some of the backstory of the record and what was going on behind the scenes. Because I mean, there is some stuff to talk about here. But yeah, so banger. What's your number one banger?
Like a Stone.
Really?
Like
Wow.
a stone.
Okay,
Like a
that's my 2B. That's my
Good.
2B.
What's your 1B?
Okay,
Is it what you are?
Cochise.
Oh
Cochise.
God, that's not a beef. for
I
me.
love Cochise. What?
No.
Really?
No.
Well, we'll get into get
Basic,
into Like a Stone
typical-
first. Oh, here we go. Boring.
Yeah, it's whatever.
Okay. No, you're boring.
I'm boring. Did you listen to the fucking hour and 35 minutes that was this record?
I have this on vinyl.
Oh God.
I do have this Audioslave record on vinyl. I
Well,
like this
that
record.
makes sense. You buy a lot of silly things, questionable things on vinyls.
Get fucked.
Yeah, like a Stone. That is my
Like a
favorite
Stone.
song from here. I think that's my second favorite Audioslave song behind "How You Remind Me" or what is it called? I don't remember what it's called.
This is How You Remind Me from Nickelback.
This is how you remind me.
Oh, I really
I
was.
feel like a Stone is a good representation of the band actually writing a song with Cornell, because a lot of these songs just sound like hey dude, we have B-sides from Rage, can you put like a vocal track over it? Like they fucking
Yes.
do, like straight up they
Oh
just
yeah,
do.
totally. Yeah, I have that in my notes. There's like 5 songs on here that I thought this is a Rage song, like straight up. Especially when the chorus hits, this is a fucking Rage song. Like I should be hearing Zach screaming
Yes,
and then rapping on these verses.
But Cornell's voice is cool here, right? Because he kind of has like that slower drawl in the verses, but then like the chorus opens up and it's just big.
Yeah.
And he's good at big choruses. But then like there's some cool funk stuff going on here too. Morella's riff is rad. It serves Chris's vocal delivery well enough. Timmy C has some cool little shit that he's doing because he's not following Tom. He's just kind of like staying at the root note, just kind of hitting those root notes over and over and over again.
Yeah.
And it's just like two. I think it's just two notes. A 1, 2, 1, ding, 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 ding.
Pretty much.
But it's cool, man. But like, dude, Chris takes it away. The way he can, like again, when I talked about earlier, the way he can belt out words that are just and they're so crisp, so clearly heard. He's able to sing so deep from the diaphragm, and just make his vowels and his consonants be so crisp. I love it. It's so good.
I mean, I love that. I truly, truly do love this song, and I've never gotten tired of it. Whenever it's come on the radio, like over the many years, I always listen to it. Like I always sit down and fucking listen to the song because everybody has their own unique part in this song. Even Brad Wilk, B-Dubs.
He got done dirty this record.
He did get done dirty a bit, but there's still some. I love just how basic his part is here, and when it goes into the chorus, just the single big crash into it. It's so simple and it's so intentional. He lets everybody else shine.
Well, I mean,
I really like it.
B-Dubs really got done dirty in this one. I think it was more like, yo, this is going to be a vocally forward band, and Tom Morello. Tom Morello's going to do his thing and kind of like just take a step back, because even this solo, like the solo serves the song. It's very kind of like ballady, classic rock sounding solo, and that's what this record is. It's trying to be a classic rock ballad driven record that you would have heard in like the 70s. So I get it. I'm sure the paycheck was really nice, and it kept B-Dubs in employed for a while. But damn, bro, we'll get a later song too. I was like, why are you even here? Like, why are you even here? Like, that's crazy.
I like the simplicity of his drumming on this one. I really do like the simplicity of it.
You can say I like the simplicity of a drummer and still hear like the drummer. If come to find out, like, oh, Brad didn't play drums on this, it was insert anyone who's a drummer here, you'd be like, oh yeah, okay, I can see it. You know what I mean? Like, there's nothing here that screams
I understand
Brad.
what you mean.
You can still hear little flourishes and flares from Timmy C and obviously Tom, but nothing I hear on this record was like, oh yeah, that's Brad Wilk.
Okay, fair. That's fair. So yeah, and getting back to Tom, I love the effects he uses on his guitar. Like you said, it's just the main riff is just two notes, just two single notes, but he's layering those effects on it, and I love the solo. The solo's unique. The solo doesn't sound like anything he ever did in Rage. It's not that it's wanky. It's just it's so overindulgent in the effects and how dramatic it's trying to be that it's endearing, and I love the guitar solo. It's simple too. It's not a hard solo. It's essentially just like a lead guitar line, just played slower with that those effects on it.
It's verbed up arena rock. That's what it is. It's adult contemporary of the 70s and 80s.
I love it. And again, Chris Cornell, when he drops into those choruses, they're fucking massive. They're fucking massive.
I mean, Rage has always been good about the quiet loud thing, and especially dropping into like big choruses coming from like hip hoppy softer verses. But like Zach can just do whatever the fuck he wants to do. It's going to sound good. It'll sound least it'll sound fun and entertaining. Here with like Chris, because he's such a good singer, they can drop into a huge chorus, and Chris can be bigger. Because this chorus is big, like instrumental wise, like the chorus is big. Everybody drops in really hard. It's huge, like douche, like you said, douchebag. And then everything opens up, and then Chris is like, "Damn, dude, you're better. Like you're like everybody's good at what they do, but you're better."
Yeah, Chris is he was truly incredible. I think just a truly incredible singer. And yes, I understand and I agree with you on this record. It's very kind of middle of the road for him, but you cannot deny how great of a singer he is on this record too.
2 songs. Otherwise, I think it's.
He still sounds great on every song.
I'll give you Goat Cheese. But every other song, it's like, he's just a good singer.
Goat Cheese. Yeah.
Goat Cheese. Goat Cheese.
Goat Cheese. So yeah, and also with Like a Stone, I read this somewhere and I didn't really go try to look it up again, but I remember reading a long time ago that at the end of the solo, at the end of the end of that bridge where it's just the acoustic guitar, and then Chris is singing over the acoustic guitar. Well, that's in 3/4, and apparently Cornell had a really hard time singing over that because he wasn't used to playing or singing over a weird time signature like that. And I guess he had a really hard time doing that part because of the 3/4 in there. But fun little fact. But I didn't verify it. But I just remember hearing it a long time ago.
It's not that hard. Metronome can still hit it at the same tempo as you can everything else. It's just.
I know, but apparently he had trouble with it.
But like Soundgarden did stuff like that before, so he's not. Nah, I don't believe that.
I don't know. That's just what I heard.
Well, I don't believe it.
Chris called me a couple days ago. That's what he told me.
That's too soon. Way too soon for that kind of joke. Way too soon.
Yeah. No, it's not.
Way too soon.
And so a couple other things before we wrap up this song. Did you watch and listen to the tribute song of this where Serge from
the one that you sent
came
me?
out? Yeah, the one I sent you. I liked it a lot. Serge played with the band, and it was different, yes, but I thought he did a really good job.
Okay.
Considering Serge is not Chris Cornell.
Serge, and he sounds like
Serge, yeah.
Serge?
I actually really liked it. And that performance was really cool.
The performance was
really
cool. Everybody was really digging it. Everybody was really happy.
Yeah. And then the video, the sun setting, like there's the sun setting right there, and they're playing this song, and Serge is just belting it, and the rest of the other three guys are just fucking going for it. It was emotional. It was really good. I really enjoyed it, and I didn't think it was that bad.
I mean, like, I'm here to see a performance, and if somebody came out to do a song like this with a band I'm going to see, I'll be excited and happy. Again, with these lenses on, sitting back here, and you got I think B Real's on stage too, clapping the whole fucking time.
Well, it was a Prophets of Rage set, and Serge came out, and then B Real and Chuck D stood back and let those four guys do their thing.
I don't know, maybe it's not that emotional about artists, but musical artists anymore, because it's just like, this is cheesy, dude.
It was cheesy, but it was nice.
Everyone in the crowd, like, oh my God, Chris Cornell changed my life, and everything was so like, oh my God, dude.
But if it was Weezer and Rivers died.
Oh, hey. Dude. Easy. When Ozzy couldn't stand up in his chair, it was so sad. Dude, he has so much fun. Everyone's going to hate me for all these opinions that I have.
Because the Ozzy thing was sad. The Ozzy thing was sad. So fuck off.
It's sad to see old fucking people who can't be young anymore want to be young. Yes, that is sad to me. Would I pay money for that, to see an old guy sit in a fucking chair? Come on, that's crazy.
That's why when you and I saw Fear a few months ago, that's why we left. It was an old man reading off of an iPad. And that's literally what it was. And it was just like, why is this happening?
Don't meet your idols, I guess, because
you can keep the money that we paid for the tickets, but we're bouncing. We're out of here.
I'm out.
But okay, so the last thing with the music video, I'm sure you watched the videos.
I did.
I rewatched them, but I had seen this video a shit ton of times over the years. What I didn't know, where they filmed this was in some mansion, old Spanish mansion in Silver Lake here in California. And I guess Jimi Hendrix used to live there, and he actually wrote a lot of music in this particular house. So that was really cool. I had no idea about that.
That's cool. Yeah. I mean, he's not from L.A., but he lived there in some capacity at some point in time. Be it a day, a month, a week, a year, I don't know. But
he didn't live very long. So
that's cool. It's kind of funny too, because a lot of all the videos, when I watched them, I was like, oh yeah, I remember this video, and then I thought, like, oh yeah, it's not very good. It's kind of boring.
I know. None of these videos are great. No, they do not.
None.
No.
Like not even one. Not even one. I thought like, oh, that was pretty good. Like no.
Lyrically though, we haven't got into the lyrics yet. I do like Cornell's lyrics overall. I think they're very depressing.
They're sad.
Very
they're melancholic.
Sad,
They're depressing.
And
it's going through alcoholism, and he's going through a lot of shit in his life, divorce, and they're fucking just sad. They're good sad lyrics.
Very spiritual too. I didn't realize how spiritual he was, or he was trying to escape his addictions and all that. But
more like an agnostic kind of like spirituality rather than like a strict like Christian spirituality. And it's fine. That's cool. I dig. I don't fault like lyrics if they're good or bad or whatever, so long as the music is good, or vice versa or whatever, you know. But like these were cool. Like a stone, right? I thought this was like essentially finding God, or whatever God means to you in this life, the agnostic approach to it. But it's pretty gloomy and sad. I like the opener too, like the on a cobweb afternoon in a room full of emptiness. Like, dude, the Pacific Northwest, man, just breeds some fucked up people.
I know. It really, really does.
I will never forget, like, when Palmer and I first moved to Portland, and I wear pretty bright colored clothes often enough. Yeah. And I just remember walking through like downtown with Palmer, and Palmer's wearing some stupid fucking bright shirt, and I'm wearing an orange shirt with board shorts, and we're looking around like everyone's dressed in just like dark colored clothes. And like, wow, this is sad. And it's because it rains so fucking much. Yeah. And it's true, man. Like you don't understand like how much like the weather affects your mood when you literally don't see the sun for like fucking weeks and weeks and months. Like, that's crazy. Like, for weeks and months did not see the sun. That's crazy. That's crazy.
I know.
So why would you?
And you only lived there for like what, 9 months, something like that. Not even a year.
Not a year for sure. Yeah. But the first week I was there, it was 95 degrees, humid and shitty, and then I legit did not see the sun for like 2 months. Just gloomy every fucking day, and I was like, oh my god, man, you guys are wild out here. But anyway,
especially coming from California kids like us.
Yeah, we're sunny and 75, basically 300 days out of the year.
It was 100 degrees here today, here in California.
What's it now? We're in
right now.
Yeah, probably like 80
degrees. Yeah, it's 80 degrees. Right?
Yeah. It cools down degrees. So
and
fast.
It's 8 o'clock at night. It's 8 o'clock at night in the middle of March.
It'll still cool. By the time you hit midnight, it'll be 70. You'll be fine.
70. I'll have the windows open.
You like it hot in there anyway. You'll be fine.
Well, okay.
Yeah,
all right. Anyway, So lyrically, I agree with you. It's also him kind of questioning the afterlife, not knowing what he should believe, what he should be believing in, and hoping that because he feels he was a good person in life, that he'll go to someplace nice, someplace that's not hell, essentially, or what we think of hell, or what we think hell is. So yeah, there you go. Like a Stone, from Audioslaves.
Audioslaves.
So we're good with Like a Stone.
Good.
Let's get into my 1B.
Coochies.
Which is Cochise. Yeah, so this did not make your banger list. But do you like this song, at least?
Do I like the song? Like, yeah. It's nostalgic. I was like, oh, fuck yeah, this sounds like K-Rock when we were growing up. This sounds... I don't know.
It's a good way of putting it, actually.
It brings back memories. Yeah. It's just, and the K-Rock's so fucking nostalgic for us. Like, it's just...
Of course.
And this is kind of, like 2002 is kind of like the beginning of the end of like the radio era of K-Rock and how people just consume music.
Yeah.
And this was,
I mean, it became the iPod. It was the beginning of the iPod era and burn CDs as well. I mean, our mixed CDs. I mean, I had so many fucking mixed CDs.
So many mixed CDs. Because then it became iPods, and then it became like, hey, let me come to your house and steal all of your music.
Let me see your hard drive. Let me take almost all of your hard drive.
And then, like, we rented a room on the iPod, and then they came out with a 10 gigs or 20 gig, whatever, 100 gig, whatever the fuck it was. I don't remember how much they started off and did. But eventually, you ended up with music that you never heard of before from someone else, and you probably never listened to because there was so much of it. But yeah, that was like the end of the hype era.
Yeah.
I miss
hype. It really was.
I miss hype. I know you don't like hype. You're not a big hype guy.
I don't like hype. I'm not
I like hype. I'm all about hype.
I don't like announcing something a year before it comes out or a month before it comes out. Like a child. Or even a week before it comes out.
We take fucking 9 months to grow for. Just come out. If you want to be born, just be born.
Just get the fuck out. Just get here. Just get here. Be here.
It's
I'm ready now. I'm ready now.
Annoying.
All right. So Cochise. Yes, Cochise. Just that opening like helicopter sound that Tom Morello's making on the guitar. It's a really, really cool intro, and it drops into this fucking solid riff.
It does.
And it could be a Rage riff. Like that main riff could be Rage for sure. But then there's the big riff, and then it goes into like the kind of screeching guitar. Not so much Rage, but the main riff itself.
Yeah.
100% Rage. Like had you kind of if that was the chorus main riff, and then you brought it down a little bit with a with a verse like on the Battle of LA record, it easily could have fit on Battle of LA.
So I thought this song, the riff, like how they're playing, is very like it's very Battle of LA meets Bulls on Parade.
Yeah,
it drops in like Bulls on Parade does, but then the softer parts are more like Battle of LA. I guess.
Yeah, I would agree.
But I don't know, dude. Like the drumming, though, my God, the drumming and the bass. Just, I wish they were a little more interesting. B-Dubs doesn't do anything interesting here. He does nothing.
He just
Timmy
hits those big ass cymbals. It's
Timmy C
loud.
follows a line, which is cool, but that's pretty fucking uninteresting. I don't care, but I get it. It serves the riff. This band is out to just make some money, and I don't fault people for working. Like, we all got to work jobs we probably don't fucking like that much. So I don't care if they're just out here to make a paycheck. Don't care. But I'm not gonna pretend it's good music because it's not.
I get it.
But also, dude, this is the first track on the new record, and like we are just showing that these guys, and if the first time you hear this, and like me too, like the first time I heard Cochise, I was like, dude, this is fucking amazing. This is so goddamn good. We're getting Rage Against the Machine, but with a good singer. But then even as a kid and like high school, the more I listened to it, I was like, damn, this is kind of basic. This is kind of like, Every subsequent listen I've had of Cochise, it takes a little bit away. It takes another grain of sand out of the hourglass. It's just whatever.
Okay.
It's just whatever.
Fine.
There's no pizzazz. It's like poor man's Rage Against the Machine meets poor man's Soundgarden.
Okay, fair. And once again, going back to Timmy C's bass playing, I mean, we all know he's an incredible bass player. But yeah, you're right on this record, and this song is a good example of it, where he just follows the guitar line for the most part because there's only one guitar player, and this is an arena rock band. This is not Rage Against the Machine, where there should be a lot of nuance and a lot of weird shit going on, the funk stuff going on. That's not what Audioslave is. They are of an arena rock band reminiscent of the 70s. So he just follows that. But it hits hard when he, even though he's just following the main guitar line, it fucking hits hard.
It's good. I'm not saying it's bad. I'm going to judge Audioslave harsher than, like, if this was fucking Pearl Jam that released his record, I'd be like, damn, dude, Pearl Jam released a gem. Like, this is the best record in the discography, right? Like, if this was any other band, it would be a different story. But because it's Audioslave and I know what these people are capable of, I have to judge this harder. You just have to. That's the subjectivity of music and judging people in general. And so I don't even know where I was going with that, to be honest.
It's like Michael Scott. You know, I just start talking, hoping I get somewhere. Sometimes I don't. Or he says something along those lines. I'm like paraphrasing.
He said. And as he was talking, you just kind of like, dude, we're not even going to get there. I know we're not going to get there.
Oh no, he says I just sometimes I'll just talk and say things, hoping that I'll find where I'm supposed to be going, but I just don't get there. He says,
I think it was on the episode.
Maybe that's not even the line.
I think it was an early episode when it kept showing him at the improv classes that he was going to, and he would do the same character. I have a gun, and everyone's like, dude, stop fucking doing that. And then he thought he was really good at improv. I think that was one of the episodes.
Yeah, that could have been it. Yeah,
that it was. No, but it is cool. It is cool to hear Rage and Soundgarden make a band in 2002, and the Cochise drops, and I remember being in high school and just like, dude, this is amazing. But like, Diminishing Returns hits so fucking fast, and it hits so hard that even today, I'm like, yeah, this song it's not a banger.
It's still solid though. It's still solid.
Yeah, it's a solid song.
Also, coming out of the bridge of this song, that scream, that wail that Chris does is so fucking good, and he just extends it out for so long, and then Morello just comes back in with the riff, but like with those effects on it, so it's not the big overly distorted riff. It's so
that's what I was gonna
good.
say. Going back to like the arena rock stuff, so like a lot of arena rock bands, they have like a second guitarist so they can fill up space, because people that go to arena rock concerts or like that type of bands, the AOR, adult contemporary bands, they don't like dead air. Dead air is weird. It's uncomfortable. It's bizarre. I don't really like it. So a lot of times on this record, when Tom has a solo, so you'll hear, and sometimes on Rage too, you'll hear like a rhythm track of a guitar. But like I don't like that because I know there's not, and I know they made all of this. They made a point to say like there's nothing outside our vocals and our guitars that made this record, and even like Chris Cornell did something with his head where he would like tap the back of his neck or some shit like that to give his voice a weird effect, like this.
Okay.
So
kind of like if you grab the front of your neck, go, like,
yeah. But something he did where he like chop his that's a chop. Where he chopped the back of his neck to make a certain sound. I don't know, dude. I'm trying hard just to like
that's
say
fine.
things.
That's fine.
Because
yeah, no, it's fine.
Care.
So the video. Let's just hop into the video real quick. I thought there was a funny story that went along with it. So they recorded this on top of some building, or no, like radio tower or some shit in Van Nuys and here in SoCal, and they would just set off a shit ton of fucking fireworks off the top of it. And this is shortly after 9/11. We're not even a year past 9/11.
Way too soon for that shit.
And literally so many calls came into the police station that they thought there was a terrorist attack.
Yeah.
Because there was just shit exploding and fire everywhere.
And it was at night.
And it was at night. And it was just them. And the whole video is lit only by the fireworks. There's no spotlight on the band. All the light you see is from the fireworks going off for 5 minutes. For 5 fucking minutes, fireworks are going off. That's crazy. And people were freaking out. I think I thought it was an amusing story.
I'd freak out.
But so lyrically, the song is called Cochise. Cochise was a famous Apache Indian chief, war chief, I guess. Just very famous for various battles over in the 1800s. And but other than that, the song doesn't have anything to do with lyrically. It doesn't have anything to do with Cochise, the man.
At all.
And lyrically, I think this is just him talking to himself, like when he's binging, like on like an alcohol binge or a drug binge. He's just talking to himself and how he's telling himself he just needs to get his shit together and just stop and be better. So it's just, that's what it really is. It's him fighting his own demons. But there you go.
Yeah,
that's what I got.
I agree.
So let's actually get into a little bit of the background of the record. So Rage broke up. Soundgarden had been broken up for a few years prior to this, and actually Rick Rubin was the one that suggested to the Rage guys that they get in contact with Chris Cornell, because Chris was just did a solo record, or he was about to do a solo record, and they did, and they hit it off right away. Like they got into the studio, they loved it, they busted out all like 21 songs for this record, and then in like 2 weeks, I think it was like 21 songs in 2 weeks, some crazy shit like that, and then they kind of left, and Chris Cornell went on a fucking bender, and eventually they announced some like they announced to be on Ozfest back in 2002, and then they ended up having to cancel because Cornell went to rehab for 2 months. His marriage fell apart, and he was a fucking mess. And then he quit the band for a short period, for a few weeks, came back to the band, all before the record even came out.
Yeah,
like this is all before the record came out.
Rockstar.
It's fucking wild. Yeah, truly a rock star life. Depressing what eventually became of him, but yeah, that it's just some of the background to this record it's fucked, man. It's kind of fucked.
It's par for the course, right? I don't know. It's par for the course, and the fact that Rick Rubin got involved, and it wasn't like he inserted himself into this. They were like, "Yo, we don't have a band or a singer. Like, who do you think we should have?" And he's like, "Oh, Chris Cornell," which makes sense. Yeah, it's not something that like Rick Rubin's like, "Oh, I have a genius idea." Like Cornell grew up listening to like R&B, funk music. He modeled his singing after a lot of the greats in like the funk scene in the 70s. Rage Against the Machine. We know they like funk music. We know they like jazz music. It was a natural fit for the both of them. And Rick Rubin, being, the prophet that he is, saw like, oh wow, Rage Against the Machine makes pretty generic music, and they had a guy rapping over that pretty generic music. What if we had a guy sing over the pretty generic music? Oh, I'm a genius. Oh, even like it's hindsight's 2020. But
you're such a hater of Rick Rubin. It's insane. It's insane. Hater. Like he's been a part of so many great records, and as a producer, he is more involved in people's records or bands' records than I think he's given credit for. Yeah, you'll get the outlier case of like Slipknot or Mars Volta when they said he was never in the studio, blah, 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 blah.
So huge bands.
but then you get to like Red Hot Chili Peppers or some other massive fucking bands, and they talk about like how important Rick is to the entire production of the record and the making of the record and the writing of the record, and how significant he is to the whole process. So,
no, it's good. Chili Peppers.
I can't think of anything else right now.
Which wasn't their first or second record.
No, it's true. It wasn't. It was like their fourth record.
So again,
by
like,
the time
like
they
Rick
worked with
Rubin, he's not a bad producer. He's a really good. He's a top-notch producer for sure. But to think that he doesn't just attach himself to already established acts or the scene, and then just kind of make it better, is crazy. Like he's not laying groundwork here. He's Chili Peppers, Blood, Sugar, Sex, fucking whatever. Blood, Sugar, Sex. What's the last one?
It's not a good record. Blood, Sex, Sugar, Magic.
Magic with the K.
Yeah,
that's right.
With a CK.
Is it CK? Oh,
I think it's
annoying.
a CK.
That's so
I think it's a
fucking
CK.
Annoying.
But that record's not even good.
I find that irritating.
That record's not good.
But like, yeah, like them, they had already had banger after banger.
Yeah.
They're getting traction.
Mother's Milk was really big.
Like
yeah,
Beinhorn, right? Like, God
I know.
damn. Like, why do we talk
like
about
Michael
Rubin?
Beinhorn
We
a
don't
lot.
talk about Beinhorn enough. That's annoying.
I know, but Rick Rubin, but he's still he. I don't want to say he rediscovers bands, but he knows how to bring bands from the dead, like back from the dead, or he knows how to market them well enough, or market his brand with their brand.
Yeah, that's
guy.
what it is.
It's a lot of it is marketing. Yes, like look at Sabbath, look at Johnny Cash. Johnny Cash was literally the biggest example of that. He knew how to market Johnny Cash back to life, and he did. And they did like 7 records together, and records that were put out after Cash had died. So
and he, like I said, he is a good producer. He's a really, really good producer. Yeah. It's just he got really lucky. I mean, I don't know a lot about his backstory, but I do know that he went to a nice college and he knew a lot of nice people with money, and he hooked up. But
he knew how to network with people. He knew how to get with people, and he was a DJ as well.
He
was a DJ though,
pulling himself up from the bootstraps, right? Like no,
but he was out DJing at clubs in New York back in the late,
to like a
mid-late
prestigious
80s.
New York college. Like that's not cheap.
So what?
That's
so
not
did
cheap.
so did the Strokes, but you still fucking love the Strokes for some reason. Like that's not a reason to hate
the
somebody.
Strokes.
Exactly, and
the Strokes only made a handful of records.
They were almost like nepo babies.
Decades long. But that's
a
band compared versus like a producer that you think.
But
is
don't act
of all time.
don't act like just because somebody comes from money. Look at that comes from money that it is not good. Look at the Clash too. Those guys were all fucking rich kids, politician kids and shit like that. It's the same fucking.
And
thing.
all he did was sing about how much they hated that kind of shit.
Yeah,
no, Rick Rubin.
But we all love we all love most of
Rick
the Clash.
Rubin saw like, hey, yo, this hip hop thing's getting pretty popular. Let me choose the whitest band possible to make them popular in the hip hop community, and then we'll see where that goes. Yeah, he worked LL Cool J before that a little bit, but really he was
DMC,
Licensed to Ill.
Yeah.
It was Licensed to Ill that put him on the map.
It was.
And it's
It
just
was.
like, come on, bro. And like, oh, Slayer's good. I want them. I'll do their next one. I'll do their next one.
I'll do the next like 5. Yeah. But
Fucking
and then
hell.
the thing with Rick Rubin is like, oh well, everything, it's the loudness wars, everything's so overly compressed, blah blah blah, and it's like
And he's part of
that's
it.
But that's not just Rubin. That's the mixing. It's everything. Rubin's not the sole, the person to blame solely on.
But he was
on
a
the loudness
big,
wars.
big part of it. And like we talk about Red Hot
He was
Chili
a part
Peppers,
of it, yes.
Californication's like the record that people like cite often as like, this is like the apex of the fucking loudness wars.
Yeah.
This thing
All
sounds
that
like
clipping and-
absolute shit.
Yeah.
Who produced that one? Rick Rubin.
Mr. Rubin. But okay, so he produced it, but he doesn't mix the records. He has a team that does it, but also you have to think this guy Rubin knows what he's doing, and the songs that he wants to become popular, these albums he wants to become popular, he wants them to be played on the radio. The louder your record is like that, the better it's going to sound over the radio, because nobody in their cars, especially in the 80s and 90s, most people did not have good speakers in their car. They were listening on FM radio, some on AM radio. You had to like overcome what else was going on the radio, because if you had a Led Zeppelin record, let's say, or a Zeppelin song playing, that's going to sound so weak and tired and quiet, and then you throw on the fucking Chili Peppers record, from Californication or whatever, and you're just kind of blown out of the water, like, what the fuck is this? So they're mixed appropriately for the era. The era was radio.
If you're going to take credit for piggybacking on established bands and genres and scenes and producing good records, then you also need to own the loudness wars. You can't just
And I'm
pick
sure
and
he
choose what
does.
you want.
I'm sure he does.
No, there's actually a big documentary on how Rick Rubin feels very, very sad about the late 90s loudness wars and how he wishes he could have done it differently. You're right. There's actually a far part Netflix series on it.
Fart part, yes.
Just saying. Get off.
I think
Rick
Rubin kind of gets people they criticize him too much when
Nobody criticizes him except for like me and Skip. That's
yeah,
it.
you and Skip you guys just have like a hard on for him. Like you just fucking
just
go
the
crazy
opposite.
for
We
him
just calls
about
him as we sees him. Like he's
and I don't think he's the greatest producer ever, but you guys just it's like if Rubin produced it, it sucks. Like fuck that. The record automatically sucks if Rubin produced it. It's overcompressed. It's fucking clipping. Blah blah blah
because
blah.
he's
Skip,
done it before.
Skip does this. Yes. Okay.
Because he's did it for like a decade.
God.
Because he was an integral part of the clipping, of the overcompression.
Because it was how you sell records to be, or it's how you sell singles to play on the radio. You need
Wait, so
loud
he was a
songs.
part? He was not a part of it.
He was absolutely a
Okay.
part of it, but he
Then
wasn't the
that is
sole
why
reason.
I'm already
but he
going to
wasn't
be
the
like,
sole
okay,
reason.
I need to
He was
really
not the
listen
sole
to this
reason.
because it's going to sound like shit because Rick Rubin produced it.
Oy, oy, oy.
If he was even involved in the producing process, as we have seen from big bands. Or the small
From, like,
bands like Black
2
Sabbath
bands.
that no one's ever heard of before.
Okay, we also know Tony Iommi from Black Sabbath is a giant fucking whiner and
Oh!
doesn't get along with most people. So of course he's going to talk shit on Rick Rubin. He's one of the biggest fucking whiners ever.
Yeah.
That's why he can't hold a band together for 50 years. It's like, come on, man. He can't get with a stable band.
Was that like a real diss on Tony Iommi for not holding a band together for 50 years?
I mean, holding a consistent band together, like a
for
consistent.
50 years? For
He
half
can't hold
a
any.
century?
He can't hold any consistent band together for 50 years. For more, okay.
I'm still not even
maybe
sure
maybe
if you're
maybe I
joking
phrased
about
that.
this or not.
Maybe I'm not phrasing. I'm not phrasing that right. I'm not phrasing that.
Wait, are you dissing him because he couldn't hold a band together for 50 years?
I completely phrased that wrong.
Like, that's
what
crazy.
I mean with Tony is like he can't stay in a band without pissing somebody off. So like he can't keep a band together for a very long time, like a group of band members together.
Bro, we
That's
can't
what I
even
meant.
keep a
I literally
group
meant the
chat with
opposite.
4 of us together for more than about a week and a half without pissing somebody off. And you're complaining about 50 years?
With the 50 years thing, I was getting ahead of myself. I didn't mean that. I meant like over a 50-year span, he's gone through so many lineup changes within that band. Like he can't keep a consistent lineup change.
Maybe it's because 50 years is a long fucking time, and people are just like, dude, I want to do something else, man.
I want to go home.
I want to go home. Sometimes you just want to go home.
Oh shit!
Audioslave is so good. Audioslave is so good.
I can't believe this episode has been as long as it has. So let's get into your your two banger.
What was my? Oh, What You Are.
What You Are. That did not even make a banger for me. But what do you got?
Okay, here we go. Kind of a weird intro. I get it. Very slow, very dramatic. He's got this kind of Ketis thing going on here in the opening, but the chorus is huge. It's huge. Big chorus, opens up very nicely, lets everything out. Just you kind of feel like the floodgates open up a little bit. It's heavy, it's catchy, it just feels so big. And I think the song works because of Cornell. These guys are just here to be heavy and loud, right? That's it. It's Cornell featuring a backing band, and it just so happens to be Rage Against the Machine, like the Roots being on late night TV. Like, does that really sound like the Roots, or is it just they're the backing band? That's it.
Yeah, I get it. But I think having this as a banger for you, I think this is one of the more generic songs on the record. I think this is the quiet, loud dynamic to a T.
Yeah.
That's really what it is. But I don't think it's anything spectacular outside of like the wonky, weird guitar solo that you don't really hear on the rest of the record. But outside of that guitar solo, I think this is just a pretty generic song.
Dude, but Cornell's like the like it's
very grunge.
so
it's very,
Motley
very
Crue
grungy.
and just so like fucking like he's trying so hard to belt it out. But of course it's Cornell. He doesn't try very hard to do anything, and he's amazing at it. I don't know. It's cool, and I like a lot of the lyrics too here. My favorite lyrics were on this song. That's probably why I ranked it so high. I guess it could be and not be for me. I'll put it as an okay song. You're right.
So you have one banger on this.
I have one banger. I'm not budging with Like a Stone though. I'm not budging with that.
No, that's fine. Yeah, I agree. I think it's a beyond banger, but
yeah, dude. So like his lyrics on this one. So like this, it's about like being in a relationship with someone who's like narcissist or the relationship's one-sided or whatever. It's a whiny bitch song about a relationship. Heard it a million times. But like the devil's in the details, right? The nuance of it. And when he says, and when you wanted me, I came to you. And when you wanted someone else, I withdrew. And when you asked for a light, I set myself on fire.
you
Like to
that
go,
last part?
dude, going from the, just like, like when you wanted me, I came to you. Right. And we wanted more.
Mhm.
Like I stepped away. But then when you wanted like I lit myself on fire. Like this is wild, dude. Like how do you escalate so fast in one line like that? Make it sound so beautiful, but also like tragic. And I feel bad for you, but also like I'm kind of like, yeah, fuck you, dude, or not you, fucker. Like move on, yeah. I don't know. There's so many emotions in one. I don't know. This is 2B for sure. This is 2B.
Okay, good.
I'm going
Good.
back. I'm going back.
That's fine. Okay, great. No, I like
But this,
it.
but like lyrically, this goes
like the
back to
enthusiasm.
like Soundgarden days, like what he was writing in Soundgarden days, and I don't know. It's cool. It's a good song.
Good. So that's your two. I mean, I don't really have much written about it because this did not even make a banger for me, so I don't have too much written. But I don't think there's a lot going on here, especially musically. Yeah, you could break down the lyrics a little bit more like you did, but otherwise, I don't think his lyrics are super fucking deep. I don't think there's a lot of metaphors. There's not a whole lot going on there, but they're good. They're still really good. They're sad. They're just fucking sad lyrics.
Yeah. This is again. I think this is a Chris Cornell solo project that just so happens to have like the E Street Band behind him. And sometimes you get lyrics that are like this, and like, damn, that's fucking good. Where it perfectly conveys like the sadness he is feeling, and that's sad in general. Even like, dude, this guy's on top of the world right now. Like the entire world is just like, fuck yeah, dude. I cannot wait for Soundgarden meets Rage. And all he cares about, I shouldn't say all he cares, but all he's dealing with is like alcoholism, depression. Like that's fucked, man. That's sad.
Yeah, it is. It is because it eventually took him out.
And it eventually took him out. And this record is sad, and it's a cool ode to I don't know, to what could have been, I guess. He had a good career though. He had a good career.
No, he had a fantastic career.
He had a good career.
Kidding me? Joking my ass. All right, so he did a Bond song too. Remember that? He did do a Bond song.
He would do a Bond song too. Like this, like the normal Bond songs are pretty kind of in the same vein of each other with a couple outliers.
Kind of generic.
Yeah.
I get it. Yeah, with a few, there's like a handful that are actually pretty damn good. All right, so then just kind of running through the rest of my bangers real quick. Hypnotize, kind of a later track. It's track 10. I really like Hypnotize. I think the groove from B-Dubs from Brad Wilk, I think it's a solid fucking groove that he does on the drums.
This is the only song on the record that he gets to be a drummer.
Like? Oh, okay. I thought you were going to say you didn't like it.
No, this is the only song on the entire record where B-Dubs gets to be a drummer and not a metronome.
Yes, and maybe that's why I like it. Maybe that's why I like it so much. The guitar is wonky as fuck. There's some really funky stuff on here, like straight out of like Battle of LA kind of Rage Against the Machine parts on this. But then it also has this kind of soaring feel that Tom Morello sets up with his guitar parts that is very U2, but good U2. I know there's not a lot of good U2.
There's some good U2.
But it's reminiscent of good U2 on this song.
Pretty Joshua
there's some great
U2 is
very
is
soaring.
not bad.
Yeah. Okay. Yes. But there are moments on this song that are just very soaring and massive and huge, but not overly heavy. I think Hypnotize is such a fucking banger. So,
I think I saw this song as like, dude, this is a very Portishead. This is very like 90s era garbage. The band garbage, not the sound of the 90s being garbage, like your Everclears or your Marshy Playgrounds.
Yeah, Skip.
Yeah, Skip. Very Portishead, very like 90s era garbage sounding. But fine.
That's fine.
That's
fine.
it. Like that's okay. So like B-Dubs has a cool shuffle that he does. Okay. All right. I don't know. Okay.
All right. So yeah, lyrically, I think this is just about wanting somebody to open up with you or to you, whether it's a romantic relationship or just a friendship. You just want that kind of connection, where you trust each other, and that's really what I think the song is about. So yeah, that's my 3B. 4B. I know you don't have one, so that's fine.
So
Set
many
It
Bs.
Off. I have 5. I have 5
God
Bs,
damn.
5 bangers. Set It Off, dude. That riff, that chorus is heavy as hell. Very Rage Against the Machine.
Yeah, dude, the intro is 100%
Yes.
Rage Against the Machine. But then this
And-
turns
and-
into like a generic modern rock tune.
Oh yeah.
The pieces
Then what,
are
what-
cool.
what's the song that you love? What You Are or whatever? You love that song? Like, fuck off.
Well, we're talking about a generic modern rock band, so we got to pick our favorite generic modern rock tunes. But the pieces are cool here. I like Tom doing what Tom does, which is usually always at least entertaining. Chris, a little sassy in his delivery, a little kind of Jagger-esque. He's got kind of like a swag to him here. But like together, I don't know. It's forgettable. This is a forgettable song.
That's fine. I mean, had they like in the verses maybe sped it up, had some like cool funky stuff from Timmy C on doing that, and having Zach rap over it could have been an incredible Rage song. Just saying. But yeah, Set It Off. I really like that song. And then the last B, just to run through it real quick, and then we'll get into the artwork because we should talk about the artwork. Last song is Show Me How to Live.
Show me how to live.
Right? It's so catchy. But it's so goddamn catchy.
There's a reason it's catchy, right? Okay, so I do have a lot of notes for this song because it was interesting. It was an interesting song. I enjoyed listening to it. I didn't enjoy the song, but I enjoyed listening to it. Cornell's lyrics.
Yeah.
Like, dumb, dude. The song also has very like Jesus Christ pose vibes to it. Just because you have
Really?
heavy, just because you have heavy riffing with some great singing again doesn't make for an automatically perfect song. And I think that's what the song is really, really going for. But the song is so formulaic. Like, insert B side instrumental template here, and then add Chris Cornell, and there we go. We have Show Me How to Live. Like, the whole thing is centered around the E chord, and it just dances around it. And like Rage Against the Machine, and friend of the pod Skip loves the fact that they just dance around the minor pentatonic constantly. But so do these guys, because they're the same band, and so does this. But it's cool because Chris is bluesy as fuck on this song.
Yeah.
Like, it's safe, but he's bluesy. Like, his vocal
Very
melodies, his vocal melody literally is just the notes in the minor pentatonic, right? The do-do-do-do-do-do. Like, he's singing the like, it's wild, just verbatim. But there's a cool build. There's a cool build towards the end of the song, where it does get interesting. It's kicked off by B-dubs, little drum roll. But even then, it's just a drop that gets loud and Cornell screams. But like, what I think makes this song super, super dope is that this entire song, like I mentioned earlier, is just like this minor E, minor pentatonic thing that goes on. But then when he starts screaming, "Show me how to live," that show me how to live, that live part is a major. It's a major note in the major scale.
I didn't
and
even.
it kind of gives.
Did you actually pick that up, or
relief.
did you read about that?
Yeah, dude, I picked the shit up.
Did you actually pick it up? Okay, I'm just
Yeah.
making. Okay, I just want to make sure. Okay.
It's because it's so fucking catchy, and I'm like, why is this so catchy? And like this, the more you kind of like read about it, I'm like, oh yeah, dude, Audioslave, fucking Tom Morello, all he does is this. And then because in this song, like I said earlier, he literally follows the scale. And I mean, so I guess should backtrack a little bit. I didn't realize that was the major part of the scale. But then I was like, why does that sound so good? Like, let me go into the song. I'm like, oh yeah, it's because like he's singing the whatever note and the major E is whatever it is. And he's like, oh, it's because he says this note and that's off. I was like, oh yeah, that's why it's so good, so dope. So I guess yes, I did pick it up, but no, I didn't know exactly why I picked it up. But yes, I did pick it up.
Got it.
But yeah. So like that's why everything's just so sad and solemn and just kind of like this weird Frankenstein thing together until the very end. And it's just that Show Me How to Live part, man. That's the only reason why I'm even talking about this is because that Show Me How to Live part, which I think is the best. I think
Best
that might
thing
be
on the record?
I think that might be the best thing on this record.
Ooh.
That Show Me
Quite
How
a
to Live
claim.
part.
So, lyrically, this one, it's just about him going on a bender. and just being up all night and looking for some sort of guidance from like a higher being. It's like the spiritual thing. He wants to get over his addiction, but he just needs some help from from up above or wherever. So Show Me How to Live. It's my 5B, my fifth banger on this one. We don't need to talk about anything else. It's fine outside of the artwork. So Storm Thorgerson did the artwork on this one. He's famously from Hypnosis. He did pretty much all the Pink Floyd albums. He did a bunch of the Mars Volta. Like, Storm Thorgerson and Hypnosis are extremely famous in the art world. And they did this record, and it's just this giant gold flame, like in the middle of like these lava rocks, like a volcano or something. Some dude standing there looking at it. It's a weird one.
Stupid as fuck. But my God, it's so cool. I love the cover art.
But that's every Storm Thorgerson.
Dude, everything that fucking asshole touches is just so cool.
I know.
Fuck you, man.
Yeah. And speaking of like weird like marketing things too, did you see on the third record, was it Revelation, whatever it is? The third record, they teamed up with Google at the time.
Oh yeah.
And on Google Maps they paid them to put like a fake country, a fake island in the middle of the Pacific Ocean, and it was called
that
looked like the flame.
The flame, yeah. Audioslave land.
Audioslave Nation or something like that.
Yeah, Audioslave Nation, that's what it was.
Yeah, so like at the time you can go onto Google Maps and find that island in the Pacific Ocean. It's a cool marketing thing.
It's a cool marketing thing for a band like Muse. It's a cool marketing thing for a band that is not Audioslave. For Audioslave, it just seems so like, I don't know. I guess that will also run into my wrap up too, unless we have anything else.
No, I got nothing else. So yeah, let's wrap it up. Give our rating of it. 3-point rating system. 3 is a perfect album. 2 is a good album you're going to continue to listen to. 1 is a bad album. Give it a shot. And 0 is the worst thing you've ever heard. Wrap up. Rating. Go.
Yeah, I didn't like that marketing ploy because this is still Rage Against the Machine bones here, right? We just have Soundgarden flesh over it. So, but at its heart, and they tried hard for a long time not to be like political, and they kept the politics out of their lyrics and their music. But like it's still there, and they're musicians, and ultimately they can do whatever the fuck they want to do, and I respect that. But I didn't like that marketing thing. It was too corporate for a band that's not supposed to be corporate.
That is corporate.
Not supposed to be corporate, but they're corporate.
But
yeah, I don't think this is a bad band or a bad listen. It's fine. I expect more, right? And I don't know, man. It's just boring. It was fucking boring. I don't care enough. I just don't
Okay,
even.
fine.
I don't
It's
care
fine.
enough. This is
so what would you rate it?
1.75.
Wow, look at you. That's
1.75.
high. That's high for you.
I almost gave it a 2, but like I just don't see myself ever listening to this again.
Okay, that's fair.
But close to a 2. I'll do 1.9.
I thought it would
1.9.
be. I thought it would be sub 1, maybe 1 for you. I didn't
It's
think
still fun music, right? Like it's still like objectively just like there's nothing really like abrasive about this music. It's not like, oh my God, what the fuck is that? It's pretty safe overall, and safe music deserves 1.5, 1.9.
Okay.
You never gonna get higher than that, but that's that's fine.
All right, very good. So yeah, I mean, I agree, and we've talked about this is pretty kind of run of the mill music, solid arena rock with rage bones. I like this record. I listen to this record every once in a while. I do have this on vinyl. Like I said, I had the CD. I should have brought the CD and got the vinyl out so I could have shown it to the camera, shown everybody how much I love fucking Audioslave, which I don't. But no, this record's cool. It's fun. I never have a bad time listening to this. I never do. Ever have a bad time listening. The nostalgia hits hard on this one as well. With that, I'll just give it a 2 out of 3. I'll keep going back to it. Yeah, I don't think it's spectacular. I don't think there's very few moments that are truly like. There's nothing mind blowing on this record. Nothing mind blowing. It's just a good, solid listen through, front to back for the most part. There you go. 2 out of 3. Vinyl worthy.
It's not vinyl worthy. Not for me.
Well, vinyl and CD worthy. So technically, So there you go. That's all we have for this episode. We're going to continue on with self-titled season. We got only good shit coming up next. So that leads into a different season. I'm not going to spoil what the new season is. We have a big episode for episode 500. No special guests, nothing like that. No, we're not that special or well liked. So, but it's still going to be a good episode 500 of this podcast.
Beloved.
Almost 10 years we've been doing this damn thing. But thank you all for listening. Go to Spotify, Apple Podcasts. Give us 5 stars. If you're watching on YouTube, you smash that subscribe button, dude. And that's it. That's all.